Don't be sorry, ho. Be careful.
Don't be sorry, ho. Be careful.
So what's up, Ken?
Trying to get this watch party started.
Let me share this.
You look good on Facebook, and it shows up on Facebook. The what's the name?
Mm-hmm.
Looks good. It looks real good. Woo! You sending out your what's the names,
Mm-hmm.
your look of who's and whose is it and why.
Yeah, feeling real militant today. Do I look like I'm part of the Black Panthers?
Angela Davis.
Hmm. What up, Julie?
Julie, I just text you. I just text you.
She must have signed up for notifications.
You know, I hit that bang that bell.
Why are you always so loud?
I think it's the skin that I'm in.
What do you mean?
Black and loud. I'm black and I'm proud.
Not all black people are loud, Ken. That's a stereotype, and I refuse to believe that. Why do I
Tell
look?
them, Jesus.
Hold on.
Yeah, you got your screen, that blue screen on.
Not bad. That was that work screen. I had to turn it off, you know?
Yeah, it's your second gig, your fourth gig, fifth gig, sixth gig, because you are a Jamaican. Yeah, man.
I thought you was about to say I'm an asshole. I was about to say true.
That too.
Guess what?
My puff ain't too hot.
Guess what?
What's that? These nuts.
Look at me.
Hmm, okay. Alrighty then, Vulgar McGee. Bobby be on it, man. Bobby be on it.
Thanks, Bobby. And Julie, of course. Always Julie.
Hey, Julie, you see the production that I did? Took me 10 seconds.
Ew.
Ew.
On a scale of 1 to Joya is perfect. Where does Ken fall on his production?
My damn head hurting, boy. Like I got my hair just got my hair
That's
done.
because you got that damn net on your head all tight, squeezing your brain at the top of your head.
Hey, they one size fit most, okay?
You ain't most.
And that's a fact, Jack.
Talking about your hair. Damn, boy. Head whiter than on
Damn,
outside.
son. Where did you find this? Man,
No.
listen. Boston ain't that motherfucker, so what am I watching it for?
Is is what you call it in there? Golden State?
Ooh, Jesus. I've been sneezing all day, man. There must be some pollen in there.
Julie, anytime Ken is in charge of production, we're at like a 3. Don't feel bad, be honest.
She said 7.8. I'll take 7.8. It's above average.
That's what almost an 80%. That's passing.
I'll take that D. That's a C minus.
No, that's
But depends if you're on the curve now. That could be a B. I love that curved scale.
I
Even
don't
though
know nothing
Jay,
about that. I had honors classes.
okay, that doesn't make you smarter than anyone.
I'm lying my ass off. I don't think I did well in school. I was not
If you got to
one.
think about it, you probably didn't.
I wasn't one for structure, and the stuff that they were teaching didn't apply to me.
True, but Elliot, I stopped watching the NBA Finals when they stopped with the.
Elliot said Tom needs to be called because I said what you call it.
I
Mm-mm.
don't know what time needs to be called for. But I'm telling you, feeling kind of lightheaded already. The hookah's kind of hitting me. So we got 9 viewers, but no one's saying anything. So let's get started. What's up, everybody? You know what it is. Big Ken.
And Joy of the Queen.
And this is another episode of Maybe I'm Tripping. As you can see, what we talking about, stand by and stand back.
And stand back and stand by, but you get our drift.
Listen.
Oh, because I said Golden State. I like Golden State. Okay, Team Light Skin. I'm just kidding.
Who's the coach?
What's his name?
Tell us.
Isn't it Kerr?
It is.
I told you. I know basketball.
That's true though. All that flopping and shit makes the game just fucked up. Everybody friends and shit. I don't like it.
Honestly, I think I'm a fan of the NBA and I like watching it, but I am a bigger fan of college basketball and March Madness comes around, NCAA, all of that stuff. Like I am all for that. That's what I like to watch. I'm here for that.
Mm. Big three. It's too much of a pickup game for me. I watch the game, but it's too much. Too many microphones. You can hear too many people talking. Just
I I loved it, and my ex brother-in-law used to play for UMass. He's now on the G League for the Boston Celtics, so he plays for the Red Claws, and I'm very proud of him. He's a good player.
yay, the Boston Celtics.
Hmm. But I'm a big fan of when it comes to college basketball. I'm a big fan of UMass, VCU, Duke, and
Kansas.
now I don't fuck with Kansas.
Damn.
And what's the other one? Um, I think that's all of them. They had one that was doing really good. They were like the underdogs, but they were doing really good.
Mizzou. They're really good for a while. What are you watching it on? Because you're looking at something over there. What is that?
What do you mean? I'm my bad.
What were you watching it on?
No, I was watching the YouTube on my phone. It's on a stand,
Put it in front of you.
but I forget I can look at the comments on my screen too. So I don't even know why I got the phone over there. But I got my other phone right here.
I got two phones, one for the plug and one for the load.
Shut up, Ken. Shut up.
Joy, let's get started. What topics do you have today for us?
So let's start off with some good news before we get into everything else.
All right.
Um, there is a huge congratulations to Usher and Kevin Hart. Usher welcomed the baby girl, Sovereign Bo Raymond, and Kevin Hart and his wife, Iniko, welcomed a baby as well. a little girl. Her name is Kaori May Hart.
So Kev got 4 kids now, right?
He has Kaori, which is the newborn, the baby Kenzo, which is 2.5. They have Hendrix, which is 12, and Heaven, who is 15.
Damn, his kids 12 and 15.
Yeah, they grew up fast, bro.
Damn, that was fast, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Hendrix was in the oven.
Yep. Let's see. What other news do we have today?
I got people starting to go to I don't know, it's like with the whole Meg the Stallion thing and Tory Lanez, I've seen a lot of people, one in particular, who not necessarily coming to his aid, but he makes valid points by saying there's a lot of story being left out. You know what I'm saying? I understand shouldn't be doing violence towards women, pulling a gun on women, and this, that, and the other. But it's
My only
like,
thing is this.
why would you cut me off during my little segment? But go ahead.
Finish, Ken. I'm sorry. I was rude. That
No,
was so
I'm
rude,
good. I'm
Ken.
I'm done. No, I'm done.
Okay, you done. Anyway, like I was saying. So, you know what I hate is that when people get in trouble, they run straight to the Lord. You wasn't saying that when you was out smoking, drinking, and partying and shooting women in the feet. All
Allegedly.
I'm saying, allegedly. I'll say that just because we're on a podcast, but come on. Basically, he put this story out saying that I don't move on social media's time. I move on God's time. I don't operate in fear. I operate in faith. I don't blow down the lies of man. I don't bow down to the lies of man. I stick with the truth of God. And for those reasons, it doesn't matter who rises against me in this hour and small season, big or small obstacle. I will prevail and rise to greatness as God said I will.
Somebody wrote that for him. He don't even talk like that. His publicist wrote that.
I don't care who
But
wrote it.
they were making some valid points or whatever, you know. I mean, it was a gun involved. And it's like, the more they talk, the more questions come up. That's all I'm saying.
He released a music video, has over 2 million views right now. I didn't look at it, nor do I have the desire to. But this whole situation just goes to show that, for one, for Meg, watch who you hang around, keep your circle small because her and Kelsey are no longer friends, and came out to where another friend was kind of bashing her a little bit, like, you lied about some things, you said some things that, or you personally told me some things and then your story changed. It even came out to where the friend said they gonna have to pay me for this or something like that, and just basically saying how she's not really Meg's best friend. You weren't there for her like you were supposed to be. You withheld stuff from her. Um, you
What
know,
up, Nikki Span?
what up? And
My homegirl. Now
just things like
my thing is all that coming out of things like that, and like you said, you know, people don't really be your friends who be hollering at your friend and shit. And it just you know how we all have friends who've been in situations and who tell stories, and you may have even been there. You just be like, that didn't happen like that. But they're sensationalizing something. It's just like the entanglement situation. They're turning it into checks, and we still fucking talking about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so many different questions. This is like guns, shooting. A person got shot, and someone isn't, and he's not in jail. Yeah, bonded out, but still, it doesn't add up. I don't care if you're a celebrity or not. If you shoot somebody, you not Ain't nobody talking about no trial. Ain't nobody talking about no court cases. Ain't nobody pull paperwork. You know what they normally do? It's just like the media and the different types of blogs are milking the story. You know what I'm saying? Because the Shade Room ain't came up with no receipts. World Star ain't came up with no receipts. It's just a whole lot. It's being speculated that she may have not been shot, but a gun went off, and they're thinking it's fragments, bullet
like ricochet
fragments,
or something like that.
ricochets and bullet fragments. Because you get shot in the foot, you're down for a minute. Like in the
Yeah, I
foot,
mean,
you're down.
Julie, I think that she didn't originally disclose who her attacker was. All she was saying was that it was only three people in that car: me, Kelsey, and Tori. And I know Kelsey didn't shoot me. He did, his publicist, his team did create fake emails and things like that. Um, Honestly, we will never know the full story. There's three sides to every story, actually. It's one person's side, the other person's side, and then what actually happened. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
everything
but we gotta see.
everything
We
that
gonna see it pan out.
now I don't think her friend shot her, but
That's what they. Hey, that's what they saying.
no, she said she
That's
came
what.
out and said that her friend didn't shoot her.
No, Julie said that she cheddar bob herself. That's something that's going around. That's something that's going around.
I'm sure if she shot herself, the story of her getting shot would have never come out. I wouldn't want that to come out. That's embarrassing. Like I shot myself by accident.
But that would be a reason to come up with a story.
But to blame
And it
it, but
just,
to blame it on somebody else who also has a career. If he was a nobody, maybe. But to ruin his whole career and his whole reputation because you shot yourself, that doesn't seem like something that Meg would do.
I don't think his label dropped him.
Of course not. He's a money magnet right now. Same thing that happened to Chris Brown when he beat the crap out of Rihanna. He got shunned and all of that stuff, but music sales still went up. That
True.
wasn't affected by it. So if your label's not going to drop you in the midst of a domestic dispute unless it's something really big like R. Kelly or something like that.
But he supposedly shot her. That's the biggest
Rappers
dismiss.
rappers shoot people all the time.
That's not true. Only person I know shot somebody is the baby, and he got off, and it was deemed self defense. He ain't shot him in a Walmart parking lot.
I don't trust the baby.
I like him. He's a real funny guy.
He
It's
has
just
he
it's
has
like when you see levels of people, when you see them, you can tell when it's the baby, and then when it's whatever his first name is. You know what I'm saying? It's weird because he has like so many ups and downs, and one day he like, I ain't smiling, I ain't talking, I'm this, I'm that. And other times, even when he that fan seen him in the store, and she fanned out. She's a big girl too. She's little because he hopped into her arms, and she carried him on her. She carried him on his back, on her back. I can't talk.
Hey Tom. I don't know what just happened, but fix it. Back to you.
I had to reboot. But what's the
Um
next story? We slipped off in the Tory and them.
yeah, well that was one of the things on my list. You want to
Oh,
hear
I didn't
something
know.
funny? You want to hear a
What's
funny
that?
story?
What's that?
A zoo had to remove a group of parrots because they kept cussing at visitors.
Damn.
I wanted to go to the zoo just to see those parrots. That would have been some good money they would have made off of that.
People so damn PC, goddamn birds cussing is just, oh, do they take out the gorillas when they in there fucking?
I think they might, and I don't agree with this, but I think they might fix a lot of those animals.
No. I mean, they're not breeders, but if monkeys get the fucking and shit get the fucking, that's just that's I don't think now if they're in a sanctuary, I think so. Depending if it's a if it's a what's the word I'm looking for? If it's a rescue, you know, they're rescuing older tigers, and this is where they're gonna retire. They're not gonna let
Well,
them.
that's the sanctuary. If it's a rescue center and a sanctuary are two different things, because rescue could mean they got hurt. They're gonna give them surgery, feed them, house them
No, no,
until
no,
they
no,
get
no. I mean,
better.
like they know they're gonna keep them there until they die.
Yeah,
They
well
can't
then
go
that's
back.
the sanctuary.
They can't go back into the wild. But then like Tiger King and Carol Baskins, that was a sanctuary, and they was letting them fuck. So is that a preserve? That's a preserve, right? Is that the word?
A reserve.
I thought it was a preserve. Preserves is jelly, right?
I can't with you today, Ken.
I'm just saying. I just missed. Damn, I just had a stroke. I'm not even drinking. The bottle's not even open.
Hey Tom, I'm so sorry to keep bothering you.
I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Can we get Ken a new tongue, please? Rush delivery. Back to you.
Make it long.
Ugh.
Motherfucking Elliot said, please call Tom.
All right. Do you believe in online dating?
I'm not only a member, but I'm the president.
Julie, it's a whole thing. I'll explain it to you another time.
Say who is Tom? Oh man, yeah, I believe in online dating. I had one relationship online dating. I've met a lot of people online dating. I've done a lot of networking online dating. I've met some good friends. But like I was online dating before that was a thing. Like back Windows 95 with Yahoo Messenger. There's
Oh,
people
you
who were
old. Talk
no,
about
there's
telling your age.
shut up. I was on the ASL, you know what I'm saying? But um I still have friends from shit. 2000 and what was that? Maybe 2002, 2003. Like I have friends, no, not MySpace time. But I have friends from shit over 18. My son's gonna be 18. I've had friends that I've met online way back.
Good for you.
So what you got?
So, whew,
What they did?
there was a man
Mm,
wearing a bra
wow.
kills his grinder date with a machete.
Grinder is the homosexual app.
Still online dating.
Found out the hard way.
Hard or soft?
Both.
Um,
Both of them.
it just says a date night in the Bronx turned into a bloody mess after a man wearing a bra, panties, and a dress killed his companion with a machete.
God damn.
According,
He must have been Dominican.
according to the New York Post, Juan Alonso's roommate
Told you. I fucking called it.
returned home to discover him standing over a naked dead man with a machete. Apparently, things got violent after the two disagreed on sexual activities. Says the male victim was laying face down with a slash and stab wounds on his head, torso, and back.
Damn. No, Patreon Bay is not in here. I haven't seen him speak yet. But he could be in here. We don't know. Patreon bait. Reveal yourself. I wish we could like change people's handles on here.
Can we move on to the next story?
No, I want to talk about them arguing over positions. So maybe okay. So listen, bra and panties and a dress. He had to identify it as a female or the female in the relationship, and maybe the guy wanted him to get on top, but he was like, no, I want you to get on top. If you don't get on top, I'm gonna kill you. And the dude was like, well, you have to kill me then because I want you to do me. I don't want to do you. I don't care if you got on a dress or not. You still got a penis, and I want you to come do me. And they got into an argument, and boom, out of there. You better have on pants to hear.
I don't.
Black hole.
I got boxers on.
Because you have a penis. I know you do.
Yep. You want me to pull it through the hole in the front?
That's some fucking nasty. I don't want to think about it.
I'm just going to say this, Ken. Is that what you think that happened in that room?
Somebody was a power top.
First of all, I'm gonna just say this.
Hold on. So the guy in the dress brought the machete to the meeting. Like the dude Juan Dominguez came in and found that. So
no, I think that the guy who was wearing the dress invited that person over to their house, and the roommate came home and discovered the scene
and killed the man. So he in jail. It was a crime of passion.
It was when you bludgeon someone.
Where's SVU when you need it? Stabler, Olivia, we need you. That's probably going to be on the goddamn show.
We need Finn. Finn gonna tell it like it is.
Because Finn's son is gay.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to call him in to do the forensic analysis, and he's going to let it know who was who and what was what.
Kirby, what it do?
Kirby!
I put it like this. We don't know what happened in the room. It could have been.
He said, come on in the room. Tell the gay to just come on in the room. I got this machete and I'm gonna stab and cut you in your head. Oh, he gives me all my stitches up in the room. Tell the roommate I say, come find this dead body. Hey, come on in the room.
You done?
I am.
Thank you. Jesus Christ.
Call him.
All I'm gonna say is nobody knows what happened in that room, and I think that
Julie said what she missed. We talking about a guy with a bra, panties, and a dress cut his online lover, killed him. Cold blood. Or was it hot? Or was it hot blood because they was about to get it on?
Ken, shut up.
Let's get it on.
Ken, you don't know what happened. The guy could have came over and tried to force him to do things that he didn't want to do. And it could have been self-defense. You don't know that. You're speculating.
Oh, now it's an allegation when the gays are violent, but when Meg and them get to shooting, hang them!
Ken, we don't know what happened. Okay?
I told you what happened. I told you who it was. He was Dominican. They known for them knives. Or Cuban. He was Cuban.
So
try to give him a Jamaican necktie.
How do you feel about this story? We always talk about alleged things that happen to women from men, but what if the shoe's on the other foot? Chris
Nobody,
Jenner.
it wouldn't even be a story.
Chris Jenner is sued by her former bodyguard for sexual harassment.
Damn. Them stories like that, man. Just like remember when the what do you call it? The house manager tried to get Michael B. Jordan and some shit, talking about he made advances towards him. They were in a closet together, and that he was like, "Should we kiss right now?" type shit and all that. I'm like, come on. Everybody want they 10 seconds of fame.
It says that Chris Jenner has been accused of groping and sexually harassing an ex. Sexually harassing. Did you hear what I said? Good. You didn't
No.
catch it. Sexually harassing an ex bodyguard, according to a lawsuit filed against the momager. It says, as reported by The Blast, the sexual harassment suit states that the former bodyguard was a victim of a pattern of unwanted and unwelcome sexual advances and otherwise harassing misconduct. He says, while working for Chris Jenner and started working for her in May 2017, the documentation also describes the victim as an African American male who has experienced a hostile work environment, racism, gender discrimination, who was assigned to provide security for Jenner and her daughter Kourtney Kardashian at the time. It says Kourtney was also listed as a defendant in the suit and says during the time with Jenner, he embarked on a pattern or there was embarked on a pattern of conduct involving consensual physical
Hmm.
contact with the plaintiff of an inappropriate and sexual nature. It says there were also inappropriate comments made during his tenure with the Kardashian family. What do you think about that?
I don't care. You see what
I said
Julie
the
did.
same thing, Julie. Guilty. She looked like she'd like to touch on men.
But it's just so crazy how it's just the tables and how it goes when it's a male victim, because I can say that through my travels and I'm for the streets.
We know.
Just standing there drinking a drink and a woman just come by, rubs their hand across your chest or some shit, or even go and grab the junk just like that. What are you gonna say?
Sexual harassment. Kindly don't touch me no more.
You know how that shit gonna go. It's gonna get looked at and it's gonna be like, moving on.
I think she's guilty. She needs to have charges filed against her immediately.
No.
So, speaking of the NBA, because we did start off talking about the NBA, I am very, very happy to announce that Delonte West has checked into a rehab facility.
Mark Cuban comes to the
Yes,
rescue.
yes. I've always seen pictures and videos of him like just homeless out on the street. Looks like he is very bad off with drugs and things like that. Yeah, Julie, I agree. They think they're above the law. They think they're above everyone else, and they have a very, very high sense of entitlement and go to jail. I don't care.
That's
But
celebrities though.
still go to jail. I don't care. Um, but yeah, Delonte West getting this help. I'm very, very proud of that. And I know that, sometimes you have to give people time to want to help themselves. Sometimes they're not ready to get off the street, or sometimes they may not feel like they're worthy to live a particular type of life. And I think that with him, it's time, and I think that it might work out for him. I'm just
He,
happy.
he he was diagnosed with bipolarism fresh out of the league, or maybe he might have
Hey,
still been
Tom,
playing.
bipolarism is not a disease, it is a bipolar disorder.
Google it. Google it.
Don't be hollering at me, nigga.
Google it. I need you to Google it.
I'm googling it. Elliot, NBA YoungBoy already bonded out. He bonded him and his friends out. So
27 people.
yeah,
They got all them types of guns, stolen guns, guns in the possession of a felon, Schedule 1 drugs, and Schedule 2 with the intent to distribute with $79,000. And he spent an evening in jail and bonded everybody out. It was just too much. That story will be gone before you know it.
there's no such thing as bipolarism. It automatically takes you to bipolar disorder.
Right, because it's a derivative of that word. I know it's a word.
You're right, it is.
Thank you. So let me go back to what I was going to say. He was diagnosed with bipolarism while in the league or fresh out of the league because there was an interview where he said it. He said he didn't even know what bipolar was. He had to Google it, and I was there when he got it. But I was really perplexed when there's videos of him in multiple cities. I'm like, how the hell is he getting around? Because he got beat up in DC. And I think he's been seen in LA. And I think he got picked up in Dallas.
I take that back. Bipolarism is not a word.
Okay, what is it then?
It's not. Every time you click on bipolarism, it automatically takes you to bipolar disorder.
Okay, well, since we're talking about what aren't words, you know, racist isn't a word.
Racist is a word.
No, it isn't because it takes you to racism.
Racist.
Go Google it.
Racist is a noun.
It is not. I've Googled it.
Racist comes up on the dictionary. A person who shows or feels discrimination or prejudice against people of other races or who believes that a particular race is superior to another. That is the definition.
Julie, our spelling gets worse because our phones autocorrect. We don't have to remember phone numbers no more. We don't have to know how to spell. We don't have to do
use
nothing.
Technology as an excuse of ignorance.
Well, no. As technology advances, we get dumber and or lazy.
Maybe lazier, but that's your choice.
So tell me this, Joya. What's my phone number?
It's 2.
You know what I'm saying?
But I still know how to spell.
But tell me this. 15 years ago, you knew everybody's phone number.
No, I didn't. I had a trapper keeper and I kept phone numbers in there.
No, but what I'm saying is that I know the house number that I grew up in. I still know that number. I know
that number.
Dad's mom's number. I know when we used to call time, like get ready for the bus, used to call time and see what time it is. Like you ain't got no clocks in your house.
Mm.
I even know Diesel Driving Academy's phone number. I used to know the number to the Advocate, which is a newspaper in Baton Rouge, but those are numbers that you knew, like a girl's number, anything. That's when pen and paper was out, and you really had about 10 numbers in your head.
Your phone number.
If you needed them, don't do that, and don't say my number. But you just looked at.
Why did you ask? I didn't know anybody's number by heart, but my mama, the house phone, and my daddy number. That's all I needed.
But you know your friends' numbers or nothing like that? If you had to call a friend, your
cousins. I had a little phone book, and it was in alphabetical order, like everybody else. You put your friend's name under whatever their last name was, and you wrote their phone number. It was like this big, and I kept it in my purse. Just flip it, you know.
Shut up to make your fucking point. They make mine wrong. People knew people's number back in the day. Shut up.
I didn't know everybody's number.
I didn't say everybody, but what I'm saying is you knew numbers.
Yeah, we had phone books too. I was a faithful phone book user.
Man, what? The yellow pages were the shit.
Hell yeah.
And you used to like when you get a fresh phone book and you go look see if your mama's number's still in there. You
Hmm.
see all them different. I would go and see weird last names. That was the thing that I did. Weird last names.
You
I
know
go,
what I
yeah,
used to do?
there's a lot of people with their last names like Doodoo Head or something.
I used to love looking to see if anybody had my name because my name was so unique. And
Right.
so I was like, if I found somebody with the same name, I would prank call them.
Somebody does have. There's a lot of people who do have your name. To be that is so unique. I like looked you up on. Mama, don't do that. Mama, do not do that. My name goes first. Do not do that. That's why you put the eyes, and my name. You speak to your favorite first, and then all the miscellaneous people afterwards.
You know what?
Me, the person you love, and then the miscellaneous people afterwards.
First of all, my mama don't love you.
Yes, she
She don't.
does.
She don't
Yes,
love
she
these hoes.
does.
She don't love these hoes.
Yes, she does, man. Mama did that on purpose. Mm.
I came out of her womb. She loves me. Okay, let's make that clear.
I'm
You
the
were
smart.
smart.
I'm the smart child.
Don't apologize to him.
Don't break tradition on the account of her feelings.
First of all, Ken, you were not born. You were spawned from hell. Okay?
So
You are nobody's favorite. Let me make that clear right now.
I'm my son's favorite.
That's different. You spawned him.
But what were we talking about now? Oh, Devontae West. Because I was going to give his name something else. I know Delonte, but that's somebody else, I believe.
Hey, Tom.
Devontae sang.
I was just about to say that. Noticing Devontae when he should be talking about Delonte.
That's what I thought, Delonte.
But yeah, I'm so glad he's getting help. I hate to see people who have worked hard to get in positions that they have, and then it just goes downhill because of, mental disorders or drug addiction. I just wish, I hope and pray that everything works out for him, and that maybe
Mhm.
possibly, while he's still young, maybe he might be
Yeah.
able to at least play a game or two in the future. I would
No,
like to see him back on the court. Why? Just even for like a game or two.
that's a liability.
I mean, he can play in a celebrity basketball game or something like
Still a
that.
liability.
How? If he gets himself clean and he's, feeling good and he's healthy again,
He
why
won't. He
wouldn't
won't
he?
be able to pass a physical.
How?
Drugs do things to your body, your brain. And he plays with his hands and his mind. He won't be able to pass a physical.
I understand that drugs do mess with you, but a celebrity basketball game,
I'm telling you what God love.
I'm sure, I'm sure that he can play in a celebrity. If Bow Wow can play in a celebrity basketball game,
But he doesn't have any. He doesn't have any issues or deterioration due to drugs. Like if he's on
he's
drugs,
smart.
his heart's fucked up. Everything. You know what I mean? He's
He
living on the
has
street.
he has Bow Wow has Benjamin Button syndrome, and they still let him play in the celebrity basketball
You
game.
need to let it go because Bow Wow uh sons you back in
How
'88.
did I don't even know. First of all, he probably wasn't even born then.
No,
So
he's over 30.
I think we were born the same year, and you better not say my age. Or I'll.
First of all, if you said you were born the same year, everyone you told that to can Google his age and they'll know your age.
I said I think we were born in the same year. I think he might be older than me. Anyway,
You made that very clear.
let's move on to a little bit of a shady story.
What up,
So
Dwayne
here's
Wiley? I ain't mean to miss you. D. Riley up in this thing.
what up. So do you remember a little while ago we had Naya Rivera that had passed away, right? Police star,
Man, I
mother.
saw that, and I wanted to do some research on it because he's come back with the story. He
Can
looked
I
like he
can
was
I
in distress on that
can
video.
I say the story first, please?
I actually didn't know that was the. I didn't know that was the woman that they were talking about. I didn't know that.
Yes.
I glossed over it. I don't really get into that who's fucking who in the
I'm not
celebrity world.
saying, anything like that, but I just think it's a little weird that Naya Rivera's husband would ask her sister to move in with them. I understand you just lost someone very close to you. The sister is just trying to be there and help raise the son. And I get that. If something happened to my brother, sister, whatever, and they left a child into this world, I would definitely try to help and be a helping hand in raising them. Separately though. I'm not moving into your man's house. We can co-parent. Child can stay here on the weekends, summer, I'll help get them to school if need be,
But
whatever.
we don't know. We don't know. The thing is, we in them people business. We don't know exactly what, why. You
Okay,
know what I
okay,
mean?
okay, 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 okay. If you were married, Ken,
I've been married.
and you lived with your wife, you had a kid, you know
Uh,
what I'm saying, and she died tragically,
mm,
or you passed away tragically, you know what I'm saying, and
mm,
Big Pooh moved in with your wife,
I'd be dead. I wouldn't know.
but wouldn't that kind of look
We're,
funny?
we're regular people.
But wouldn't
What
that,
what 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 are, what does her husband do?
I think he might be an actor too.
Right. So he may need the help. He may not even be there.
But the kid can stay with the sister when he's not there.
I think it's more cost effective if she lived there. Maybe she's in another
How?
city. Maybe I'm just saying is you don't know how big the house is. You don't know you don't need a nanny. You don't want your kids being raised by nannies, and you want the kid to be raised by family. But the child's still
They can
yours.
still do that. Parents do that. So why can't an aunt do that?
I don't know. It's just weird
You
because of the
co-parent, you co-parent
because
with
of
your
the because of the profession.
you co-parent with your son's mom, right?
Right.
Okay. Y'all are co-parenting just fine. Now, does she have to live with you in order to help you raise your son?
No, she's alive.
Okay, but what I'm saying is if y'all can work it out and co-parent a child, then so can they. Whether y'all live in the same state or not, it can still work, is what I'm trying to say. So if
That ain't none of my damn business. What did he say in the video?
he was crying, and I understand that he's distraught, he lost his wife, but come on, dude, you know better than that.
We can't put too much thought into it. We can't.
You know what? You're right. That's their business.
I don't really care. I don't.
I just don't think it looks good. That's
But no
all.
one no one's saying that they're I mean, if they start dating now, that's weird.
They were holding hands in public and looking real comfortable. That's what I'm saying. Like stuff like that.
But here's the thing. First of all, we're also looking at a moment in time. Was it a picture? Was it what were they doing? First of all, why are you in them people business?
Because that's
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
disrespectful for that girl.
Here's the question. Why do we give a fuck?
Because it's disrespectful.
I
And
don't
I
give a
dare
shit. I
somebody to
don't
do
give
that.
a shit.
If I pass away and my man gonna move my sister in, guess what? I'm haunting them. That
Man,
house
he
is
just
gonna
asking for
be
some money.
haunted.
We don't know his mental state. We worried about him and the sister. We don't know his mental state.
Like I said,
Anything.
she can help him. She can. She can
Man,
take
they can
pressure off.
set their stuff up how they want. They can set it up how they want to set it. We can't run them people life. We
Okay.
can't run them people life. Shit.
Next story then.
Yeah. I'm gonna
I knew
stand
you
up
knew
for
where
the
to
men.
find anything. I knew you wouldn't find anything wrong with
Here's the thing. I don't care. I don't have an opinion.
you. Sure don't. Okay, so next story is let's talk about this comment that Tammy Roman made.
Who's Tammy Roman?
I guess basketball wife lady. I don't know.
Is she the one that did the headbutt?
No, I don't think so. I don't remember. Anyway, she made a post and says, "You can tell how old a woman is if she wears a watch or not. Most young chicks looks at their phone for time, and a woman wears a timepiece. Do you think that's true or not?"
She's a dumbass. Cause really, people who wear watches are people who wear watches and people who don't. I didn't wear a watch for a very long time. I haven't owned a watch in 8 years. The watch I had 8 years ago was a gift, and I wore it up until it broke, till the handle broke, and I was going to get it. Well, the band broke, and I was going to get it fixed, but someone broke into my car and took the watch. Before that, I hadn't had a watch since I was a child. I'm not a watch wearer, so her saying that dumbass shit makes her stupid. And most people who wear watches still look at their damn phone
I agree.
because it's quick.
I have a watch that I really, really like. Um, I agree with Kirby's statement. Um, I have a watch that I really love. It's rose gold, got
Mm,
little diamonds in the
okay.
face. You know,
Cubic zirconias. Let's not go there with the diamond talk, okay?
it don't matter.
Let's not go with the diamond talk. It's glass. Go ahead.
It was an expensive watch, and
Mm.
it
Here's
was.
the thing: you pay for the mechanics, not the jewelry,
I know, but it
and
was.
they ain't nothing
Can
but bust
I finish?
ass.
Can I finish? Thank you. All I'm saying is I have
Hey,
a watch.
do like Biden and say, just shut up.
I'm gonna start calling you a clown like he called Donald Trump. He playing with me.
I almost did it. I'm not gonna sing it. I lied. Try Jesus. Don't try me. Cause I got hands. Boy, that's a class. That should be number one on the pop, country, hip hop, alternative, classical, classic rock, um, TED Talks podcast should be number one in all genres of media.
You done?
Go ahead.
Jesus. All I'm saying is I have a nice timepiece and I like to wear it, and it has nothing to do with age. And yes, I still sometimes look at my phone because I be forgetting I got a watch on.
True. Because you wear 100 bracelets. How many bracelets you got on right now?
None.
You must have got out the shower.
No, I was typing all day today at work, so I don't like to hear them rattling. Don't be talking bracelets, okay? It keeps me in line and in tune with my inner self, and it keeps me calm, so I don't have to fight people.
Man, sometimes a good fight just solves it.
It really does. It really does.
That's a pastime that we really need to go back to, punching people in the mouth.
Yep. Okay, so there is a
Kirby,
story.
that is true. Their watches are more decorative and are jewelry. It goes with the outfit. It goes with the it completes the outfit. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I can say sometimes I've gotten dressed and I'm like, damn, I wish I had a watch. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You know what I love doing?
Half time, people wear watches that don't even work.
You know what I love doing? I like when a broke boy try to holler at me, and I be like, "Look at the time. It's time to walk off," and just
I'd still look at Skin 30 and be like, get thee behind me, Satan.
It's half past. I don't give a damn what you're talking about right now.
True.
All right. So this next story is kind of sad. It's a case of child neglect where parents are charged in a daughter's death stemming from a severe head lice infestation. So
Damn.
I didn't know that this could happen, but it says that two parents have been charged for the death of their daughter after they allowed the head lice infestation to get so bad that she died from a heart attack. I did not know that that could happen. Um, RIP to little Caitlin.
That mean they got into her system and maybe poisoned her blood.
Possibly. Um, they said that the Georgia Bureau of Investigation Special Agent Ryan Hilton testified that Caitlin had the most severe lice infestation that his office has ever witnessed at the time of her death. So, RIP little Caitlin. Um, Her parents, Mary Catherine and Joey Yazviak, age 37 and 38, are facing second-degree murder charges. So,
Man, I've seen videos of lice, and it was a pretty bad case.
it had to have
And
been. It has to have been
no, I'm
piled.
saying no, the case that I saw, and to say that that was severe, I'm like, because if it gets real bad, you can see it. You can see them.
Right, right. It and you can if it gets really bad, you can see like little clumps or piles of like little nests on people's heads, making me itch just thinking about it. But I could just imagine like what it looked like on her, and they just ignored that. Like, how could you do that?
We would never understand because we don't live like that. We're not like that lazy. Did the living quarters look like? It's a whole thing. So we got lice, you got bed bugs, you got
My thing is, okay,
roaches,
she's a
mice.
12-year-old child. My thing is that as parents, were you not making sure that she got into, you know how parents used to get in there and wash everything good? You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't doing that. Like make sure you wash yourself clean, make sure you wash your hair, and of course, she was a young white female, so they
Mm,
have different routines that they have to keep up with their type of hair versus black children. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's very sad, and the parents do deserve to be punished for that, because there's no way that you can just allow your child to not be clean. Like that's the whole purpose of parenting a child, is to teach them to grow up and be adults. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't raise your child like that, then they're gonna grow up and just you know
right,
but it's sad, and they deserve to be punished.
right.
Next story.
Julie on your ass. What up, JoJo? Hit that like button, like JoJo said, man. He every time he come in, he gotta pass it. Might as well hit it.
Okay, so
It helps the algorithm and helps people see that people like our stuff, and it helps recommend it on other channels. So stop what you're doing right now and hit the like button. We're not moving forward till there are 7 likes because there's 7 people in there watching.
you a
Don't
god,
say don't say another word.
you a goddamn lie. I'm moving on to this next story, but please like the video.
Oh, we got 3. I gotta go. Step away for a second.
Oh my gosh.
I
Y'all
had
know
in the water today.
Ken be lying. Ken was in there drinking. That's what happened.
Try Jesus. Don't try me. Cause I got hands.
Everyone make sure to hit that like button.
Yeah. And I'm back.
So let's go ahead and move on to the next story.
We had 60 minutes.
That's fine. Not much longer, and then we'll get on to the final topic after these last couple things.
All right.
Okay. So JT from the City Girls says, as a felon, I feel our votes should still count. I mean, I do still live here in America and I pay taxes as well. Do you think felons should be able to vote? Hello.
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Okay. I'm just going to move on to the next story because Ken obviously doesn't want to be on a podcast today. So, there's a new law prompted by Kobe Bryant's helicopter crash, making it a crime for first responders to take photos of the deceased at an accident or crime scenes, and I 100% agree with that.
True. I think that's is that has it passed or is it on the table? I saw that yesterday too.
It says that it was signed by Governor Newsom, so he signed the new law. I'm gonna go into this story, and then we got one more. It says a Christian group raises over $500,000 for the Kenosha shooter Kyle Rittenhouse's legal defense.
How much money?
Over 500,000.
Where did they raise it?
Huh?
Where did they raise it? Because I know GoFundMe stops shut shit down like that.
It is a Christian crowdfunding site, Give, Send, Go.
That's
I
an
think
organization full of idiots.
it is, and I hate the fact that it has Christian in front of it because of the fact that most Christians do not condone killing each other.
Right.
So it goes back to something that kind of makes me really mad. Yeah, I agree, Julie. Um, I think that it goes back to something that really makes me mad to where all the way back to slavery where they use the Bible to condone slavery. And I think there is a difference between people who actually live as a Christian versus people who claim to be Christians and use their religion to just to say that they're good people when they really aren't.
Right. It's
So,
I stumbled upon a podcast today. I won't say which one it is, but they were talking about they're Christian and they were talking about Christians and how Christians can turn people off from the church and even the Bible and
those aren't
everything
Christians.
dealing. No. What it is, but then that will be about 99% of the church because most people in the church look down on a lot of shit like they don't have no
And
flaws.
you're not supposed to do that. Nobody's
Right.
perfect. Everybody is human. You know what I'm saying? It, God made us in his image and he made us to have free will. And it's up to you on whether or not to do the right thing.
Right.
So, with that being said, if you're, first of all, if you look down on people, that's judgment and you're not supposed to do that. You know what I'm
True.
saying? So, with that being said, if people think a certain way or think that it's okay for a murderer to raise money for a murderer who killed innocent people because they were standing up for other people and standing up for rights, then I'm not even gonna put them in the same category as a Christian because they would never condone somebody killing other people senselessly. So that's all I got to say about that one.
Mm.
Um, the last thing that I'm going to talk about, story that I had, is about the Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron in the Breonna case.
Man, I
Gotta
read some shit about that. Basically, it was what I said that went on in that trial
Mm-hmm.
is what you're about to talk about right now. I said it when I saw the charges and what that one person was convicted of. I'm sitting there like, murder wasn't even on the table.
It wasn't. It says
I said that. Hey, Joy, who said it?
you said it.
I said it.
Um, he's under fire now for the shocking admission. Um, it says after being accused by a juror of misleading the public regarding evidence in the case, Cameron admitted that he never actually recommended that the officers who shot Breonna Taylor be indicted on murder or manslaughter charges.
I said it. People said I was crazy. When I saw what that guy was convicted of, I said, there's no way murder was on the table because they didn't even say it.
Yeah,
They didn't even say it. And people are still so outraged. Oh, this and that and injustice. Yes, it was a grave injustice, but people were just like, I can't believe this, that, and the other. You can't convict somebody if the charge isn't even on the table.
exactly.
I fucking said it.
It says here that during the recent interview with a local media outlet in Louisville, Kentucky, State Attorney General Daniel Cameron openly admitted that he never recommended the officers Jonathan Mattingly and Miles Cosgrove be indicted on murder or manslaughter charges for the shooting death of Breonna Taylor. Instead, he said that the case he presented to the grand jury supported the belief that the officers were fully justified in firing their weapons because Breonna's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, shot at them first. Says Cameron explained that his strategy for his lack of indictment, stating that our recommendation is that the officers were justified in their acts and their conduct. He continued, adding that he told the grand jury that the single witness who said heard the police announce themselves before the raid may have changed the story.
I fucking called it. I'm telling you, I be knowing. I'm gonna say it just like that. I be knowing. It was like. Now I'm finna go off on the rant.
Go ahead. Because I honestly think that he should be fired. He should and then to say that and not saying that he should have based his decision just because he's African American, but come on, my dude. You see what's going on in this country right now, and you have zero sympathy for someone who was murdered in their own home while they were sleeping by police officers busting in the wrong house, and you have no idea who it is. I don't care. Like I said before, if somebody busts in my apartment and didn't announce themselves, I'm shooting the shit out of them. Sorry. Because this is my space that I pay for, and this is my property, and I have to protect myself. So you busting in my door and not announcing yourself, you know who gonna greet you? A bullet.
Smith and Wesson.
Exactly.
But man, this goes back to a lot of things that I ran about because, like the name of the show, I be saying, man, maybe I'm tripping. I don't know if the comments are turned off. Nobody's saying anything. But
they probably typing, Kim. Calm down.
True.
See?
Here we go.
Yeah.
But it was just like people don't do their due diligence. People see tags and headlines and things like that. and they just run. They just what I would have done, what should have happened, fuck the police and shit like that. And it's like, I always tell people, take the emotion out of your train of thought and just start thinking, putting two and two together, and just see what it is. I'm not saying nobody was right or wrong or what was this and what was that, but when you're dealing with law enforcement, they're under the cloak of the law. They are there to uphold the law. That's what they're sworn to do. And there's things in place that protect them. They are a union. It's so much to get fired from being a police officer, got to be disbarred for judges and shit like that because they're under the cloak of the law, which in turn kind of makes them above it because they're the person with the pen has the power.
I'm gonna tell you like this, and I agree with you partially. We do need to take emotion out of things because as a people we are emotional because we're tired and we're hurt and we're tired of stuff happening to us and not getting justice. Okay, I get that. Put the emotion where it belongs. Yes, feel sad for her family, cry about it when somebody gets killed because it is very, very sad that it's happening. But when it's time to take action, take that emotion out of it. You know what I'm saying? And then take the action that needs to be done.
Be strategic, not emotional.
Exactly. And
Because it's just go ahead.
sometimes you have to look at everything and make sure that we're putting our energy behind the right things. Like this is the right thing to put our energy behind. I think he should be fired. I think he does not deserve the job that he has. And the simple fact that he didn't even recommend for anything when these people went into somebody's home, the wrong home, in the middle of the night and not announce themselves and then have the nerve to get mad when somebody fires at them in their own home. That's private property.
They were protected by the warrant. Now, the warrant was wrong,
right?
And that's where all the gray starts. Because a warrant was written for that address to do what they did.
But didn't they say that the warrant, of course, the warrant was wrong. We know that. And the warrant was for that address. But didn't they say that they told them not to go there or something like that? That they needed to. Let me look it up because I don't want to say any false information.
But that's what they stood behind. They stood behind the warrant. Wrong or not. And the thing is this, and I say it all the time.
We've seen TV shows where they push to get a warrant under false pretense.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. And that's what protects. They get that to protect themselves. You know what I'm saying? But it's so gray that this whole story, that's why they threw money at him so fast. You know what I'm saying? This happened fast. We still haven't done Ahmaud Arbery. But this was fast to go from murder to finally getting arrested to trial. Fast. When did Breonna Taylor die? Does anyone know?
I'm not 100% sure of the exact.
I'm gonna look it up. Guys, entertain yourself while we do our Googles because our producer is probably typing.
So pretty
March 13th. That was March. I didn't know it was that. Why don't I feel like that was right after Ahmaud Arbery, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It was right after Ahmaud Arbery. So March to September, we got a court date. We ain't got a court date on George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, the guy in the Wendy's parking lot. there's something. I'm sure there's a plethora of others, but this was fast.
Because okay, and I'm gonna speak to the reason why it was fast, why I think it was fast in a minute. But speaking on the warrant, it says here that um, the police officers that actually went out to conduct the raid were not the police officers that actually obtained the warrant. So it was procured by another officer and signed by a judge. And originally it was a no knock warrant, but they were told prior uh, to disregard the no knock portion and instead knock and announce themselves. They said that by that point, someone had determined that Taylor was a soft target, not a threat, and not a major player in the drug investigation. But they said that there were problems with that information being relayed. It says if Taylor was a soft target, then why didn't they surround the house, get on a megaphone, ask her to come out with her hands up? Why still take the door down and not announce themselves?
Man, but to say there was so much evidence, so much evidence to do an investigation, you got to go to the house. You saw the fucking door was bust down. They said they didn't bust down. They were saying she was alive, but she was in the hallway dead. Then her boyfriend shot one of them, and they shot her. It's just so, I don't know. It's just so much.
It
It's
says
just so much.
this is speaking on Cameron's press event, and the most frustrating part that they were stating, and this is coming from the Washington Post. It says that the most frustrating part of Cameron's press event is that he cited that there was one single witness who claimed to have heard the officers identify themselves as police. And they said that they spoke with Taylor's lawyer in June, who at the time had interviewed 11 of her neighbors, and many lived in the same apartment building as Taylor. And according to the lawyers, no neighbor heard an announcement. They said they interviewed 12 neighbors and they found only one who heard the announcement. And
That's all they need.
he only heard one announcement. And it says that he also told, with all the commotion, it's possible that he didn't hear the announcement. And Cameron neglected to mention any of this during his press run. So he
Who was
said,
there? Who was the family's attorney?
I'm not sure.
He should be sued.
I think honestly, this
I know Trump got the money.
Yeah, it was actually 11 people that said that they didn't hear, and only one, which would be number 12, said that he heard it. But then, like you said, his story changed multiple times. He said, yeah, I heard them announce themselves, and then he changed his story and said, well, with all the commotion, maybe I possibly might have heard them say something. I mean, I'm gonna just put it like majority rules. If 11 out of 12 people say they didn't hear shit, then 9 times out of 10 they didn't say shit.
But the thing about it is, the defense only needs one.
True, but if you study law and you study trials, sometimes one witness isn't enough,
Right.
and that you can count or rely more on recorded and video evidence than actual eyewitness, because things change and people aren't always reliable, and we know that. So you mean to tell me you'd rather rely on one person? If you had 12 people, right? Right.
Mhm.
And I agree with that too, Julie. There was a language barrier with that witness, so they could have heard anything. They could have heard get down on the ground, and then maybe they didn't know English well and thought they meant, hey, we here, open up. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you'd rather take the word of that one witness. If you put all 12 people on the stand and 11 of them say, I ain't hear shit, I ain't hear shit, I ain't hear shit. But you'd rather take the word of that one person with a language barrier at that, and take their word for it over 11 other people just to make some officers innocent when they know damn well that they were wrong. It doesn't make sense to me.
That's how the judicial system works.
I mean, if I'm on trial for murder and one person says I saw her in this vicinity at this time, and 12 other people say no, she was over here chilling with us, we was, we cool, we chilling, then I'm sorry, I wasn't there. But yeah, that was the last story that I pulled from the presses today. That whole situation just makes me mad and frustrates me. Now, you were talking about how fast it was.
Yeah, from March to September, they done got off and paid, and now the boyfriend is now suing for 10.105.
Oh yeah, because that's another thing that I wanted to add to that is that the ballistics, even though Daniel Cameron claimed that Brianna's boyfriend shot the police officer, the ballistics test did not prove that he shot any of the officers. About how fast it was.
Right.
It says apparently he had shot Jonathan Mattingly's thigh, but it says there was no proof that Walker actually fired the shot that hit him.
Right. So then that just shooting.
It was probably friendly fire. He got hit because they were scared and shooting like some little bitches and busting into people's houses, knowing damn well they didn't have to do all of that shit. So you got shot by your own people, and that was karma.
Right. That's my dog's name.
Tell your dog to shut up. By the way, I agree with
My dog
Evan.
hasn't barked. You started her. She wasn't even barking. You started her.
How I started her, she can't even
Because
hear me. And
she
you
had
got
stopped.
headphones
She had
on.
stopped barking as soon
You
as you
got
said,
headphones on. Shut up.
"I don't care."
Anyway, what I want to say about that is that this whole thing is bullshit. It was rushed. I think that they think money is going to fix everything, and it doesn't. Money is not equal to the value of a life,
Right.
especially one that was taken under some bullshit circumstances.
I don't know what to say, but it's just we got to learn our rights. We gotta learn our rights and what we need to do to combat this and to. But the thing is just the whole backstory behind the case. The whole backstory just is just
Basically, it's just like whenever somebody gets charged for something. You know what I'm saying? If they want you to go to jail for a murder,
you don't go.
they will make you guilty, even if they know it in their heart that you're not. Look at the Central Park 5 case. Them kids may have not been angels, and maybe they were acting up in the park that night. They're kids. Kids do dumb shit. They throw rocks. They fucking break shit. They set little shit on fire. Okay, they're kids. But did they do these horrible crimes? No. But did they want them to be guilty? Yes. So there's no evidence against them that they can plan on them or anything like that.
If they
So
want you, they can get you.
they get false confessions from some children. And like you said, we need to know our rights because I completely felt bad and I felt heartbroken for the Central Park 5 kids because their parents didn't know their rights either.
Right.
So we need to learn our rights and we need to teach our children their rights because a lot of them were interviewed without their parents present. And a lot of parents who were there at the time of these interviews had no idea what their rights was either. The only one that had a little bit of idea was Yusuf Salam, and that was because they were part of the Brotherhood. They were Muslims, and they pretty much wanted to protect each other. And they had,
Right.
you know,
He was the only one that had proper representation, but he still, at the end of the day, went down too. I think he got out. I think he got out first too.
he did. He probably got the less time, but the only reason why he didn't completely get off of that, even with the best representation, is because not only did they force confessions out of him, but they forced to tell tell the kids to say that this person was with me as well. So because
Right.
they confessed and also said, "Oh yeah, Yusuf was there too. He did this." Now you have four other witnesses against you. They were basically putting them against each other and themselves. So convict yourself and convict your friends too, pretty much.
Right. That's why when you have the right to remain silent, shut the fuck up.
Exactly. And I know that for a fact. The less information you give them and they have no physical evidence against you, they have nothing. Until they can show you actual physical evidence, your fingerprints, your DNA sample that matches, and all of this other stuff, don't say shit.
Right.
Don't say nothing. And they can tell you they're not supposed to lie to you. They can't. It's against the law to do that. But they can tell you, hey, we got some evidence against you. Okay, well then show me. And if you can't show me, you ain't got it. You just
For
got to
real.
know your rights. If they say they got something on you, make them show you because they cannot
Prove it.
they cannot lie to you. That is against the law. During any type of interrogation, they cannot falsify information to get you to say anything.
Right.
And there are tactics that are also against the law that they will try. They will interrogate you for hours and hours, deprive you from sleep, deprive you from food, just to get you to say something. Just push through it.
But it being so fast just boggles my mind. Boggles my mind. Boggles it. What
That's
do you
right,
do?
Julie. Don't even give them an alibi. If they ask you where you were, just say I wasn't there.
It wasn't me.
I wasn't where you think I was, but I'll tell you where I
Right?
was when my lawyer gets here.
True.
And even if they tell you, well, your lawyer isn't going to help you right now. If you just talk to us and we can help you. No, no, you can't. Requesting a lawyer doesn't make you guilty. And that's what they're going to try to make you believe.
Oh yeah,
They're going to make
lawyer.
you believe you got something to hide if you're asking for a lawyer. Nope, I ain't got nothing to hide. You're just not about to put words in my mouth. Next.
True. We've been on what's 88 minutes?
Hour and 28 minutes.
Let's
So
wrap
go
it.
ahead and let's get into this last
We're
topic.
gonna we're gonna be here 45 minutes. I'm getting sleepy. Let's do it Friday.
No, do it now, old tired ass.
But okay,
It won't take long, trust me.
let's speak of people acting on emotion. This is a very unpopular opinion. Probably gonna cancel me, call me all types of bitch
Oh,
ass
I'm ready to
niggas, all
cancel you.
types
That's
of.
why I want you to say it now. Go ahead.
But first debate between President Trump and Democratic candidate Joe Biden last night. Let me tell you something. I didn't even watch it, but I knew everything that went on because of Facebook. They were played by play of the moderator was trash. Trump is trash. He won't shut up. Biden told him to shut up. Biden called him a clown. Then we go with, denouncing white supremacy and things like that.
Which he didn't.
Look at this. That's all people talking about right now. If you know what a motherfucker is, why the fuck that's what we We didn't give a shit about nothing else. They didn't talk about no policies, what they're gonna bring to the table, what changes, what's this, what's that. They didn't talk about nothing about the presidency. They just talked about each other.
I mean, you said you caught clips of it. I didn't watch it either, and the main thing that people are gonna report on is the drama because people like drama. If you actually want to know,
it was a debate of drama.
If you actually want to know what's said, I suggest you watch it yourself. I honestly, the clips that I did see, because I didn't watch it, was dumb, real dumb. And I'm gonna say
a waste of time.
It was dumb on both sides, but I understand what Trump was trying to do, and I understand why Biden reacted the way that he did. Now, you said we got to take emotion out of it. I get that. But when you talk about my goddamn kids in a place where it doesn't need to be talked about, I would have jumped over that podium. I'm sorry.
The last 4 years have been a joke.
Isn't his son dead?
I don't know if this is the dead son.
I think he was talking about the dead son, and if he was, that's some messed up stuff. You don't talk about my dead child and call him everything but the child of God in front of my face.
But the presidency has turned into what we, some of us, have been conditioned to be.
My thing is this:
social media whores. We don't want to be right. We want to be first. We want to be the funniest with the motherfucking jokes. We want to be this and that. And
I found nothing about any of the clips that I saw funny.
But the thing about it is most people who comment on it don't even fucking care. They don't care. They don't care about what's going on. They don't care about the presidency. They don't care about the election. They just want to have something to say online. No one, I have not seen anyone, but I don't even think my friend Trell spoke on it, but I know he said something before. He's real plugged in with different types of things, but he didn't even comment on it because it was just a fucking joke. The whole debate was a joke.
It was. And I'll be honest with you, other countries have got to be looking at this and really laughing at America. They have to look at us and be like, this country here. Like, you ever just see somebody do some dumb shit? You'd be like, man, this dude here. Like, whose man's is this? Like, other countries are saying that about us. Like, whose country is this? Like, I honestly feel like that. Like, we're supposed to be the best country in the world. We're supposed to be the melting pot. We're supposed to be,
That's just the slogan.
The dream, like where people from other places.
No, say the slogan.
Have the American
say the slogan.
What, a melting pot?
Mm-mm.
What's the slogan?
Number one slogan in the history of anything: the land of opportunity.
Didn't they used to call it the land of milk and honey or some shit like that?
Who knows about that? But we're supposed to be the land of opportunity. The land of milk and honey is heaven.
I know that.
But that was just always heaven. That was never earth and the country. But
it was supposed to be a place where other people from other countries come to, so say, get the American dream. You know what I'm saying?
That's slogan number 2.
And I'm like, who wants this?
What's the American dream?
Come here and make a living and have the
life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Right. Like, it's not that. It's okay. Have you ever like seen an advertisement for something and like, okay, I'm gonna use a restaurant as an example. You look on the restaurant's website, they have all these beautiful pictures of all the food that they offer, right? You're like, man, that looks good. I want to go try that. You go sit in there, you have the worst experience ever. They mess up your food. Or you get it is not cooked like, half done pasta or raw looking chicken or some stupid shit like that. And you're like, this was false. I feel duped. And that's how I feel every day in this country.
It was a goddamn joke. It was a joke to the 10th power.
Yeah,
It
Julie.
was just
Israel is the land of milk and
I
honey.
can go on what I think, but I'd be, canceled and this, that, and the
No,
other
say what you
because
feel. This
no,
is a women
because
and open
most people
podcast.
no, most people who have something to say, and I'm gonna always fucking say it, we're the fucking middle class. Me and you are both single. We make great money. We are the middle class. We are running the country. We are the reason why the rich is the rich and why the poor is the poor. Because we're the middle class that keeps shit running. When the motherfuckers up there talking, they are not talking to us.
They aren't. And
I
this is
have
another thing
there's
that I noticed.
there's nothing that I've done. There's in my 39 years of life. Well, let me say this: from 18 to 39, I've worked and I have not benefited from any politician in office. I have not. I've been around since Reagan.
Oh,
I have not I have not benefited. There was nothing put in place for me.
you've been around
Nothing.
since Lincoln. I'm just kidding.
Shut up. But it's just like people just be like, oh, he's gonna do this, he's gonna do this for the community, for the black community. Yes, everyone needs help, but me talking in my life is not affected one bit.
All I'm saying is, I need them loopholes that Trump had because the way that I pay taxes every year, not cool.
Well, now let's go there with the taxes now. You have to know a lot of people are privy to the breaks. You just have to know what to do to get them. Everybody who files taxes goes to H&R Block, they go to Liberty Tax, they go to whoever does what.
No, Dwayne, I'm not part of the reason that you're poor. I pay my taxes.
No, but it's just this. If we're out doing what
I
we're
don't.
supposed to be doing, it's like this. What are we doing to help our brother? Nothing. You always talk about what we want to do for the community. We do nothing.
Speak for yourself.
You got no. This is what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, to make a drastic change, whatever little that I've done, what you've done is trying to mop the ocean.
Shut up, Karma.
We cannot do it ourselves. So sometimes we don't. Like even when I see like a homeless person, I'll sit there and look. Sometimes here you go. You see somebody ask for change, I ain't got it. You won't even look at them.
I
You know
give
what I'm
people money
saying?
all the time.
But let me say this: do you give every person you see money?
If I have it on me,
No, that's not the question.
no.
Right. So
And I'll be honest.
the little that you, but have to tell you this: you go to the store. Like sometimes I'll go and I'll be doing something, or I'll be at work and going to get some food or something, or maybe going to take care of some business, and then there'll be somebody, hey, you got some spare change, nigga, just bold. Hey, you got $1, man. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm at work right now. My gas tank on E, and you asking me for a motherfucking dollar? That's what the fuck we do. That's just the truth. I don't care what no one said. That ain't how I think. You's a motherfucking lie.
You got to speak for yourself, kid. Because if I see someone and they look like they are truly in need, I've been known to go to an ATM and take money out.
But what I'm telling you is this: do you have enough money to save the world?
I don't, but
Right.
I try my best
So
to give. As
tell
much
me
as
this. Tell me this. What can you do to save? The answer is not my part.
what can I do to save the world?
Yeah.
Donate to cancer research. I donate to breast.
You don't know where that money's going.
That's between them and God. You told me.
Yeah. See, the thing about it is We gotta stop between them and God.
Yeah, but people who are using people for the money, that's between them and God. You told me what you needed it for, and if it's not going there, then that's your battle you gotta fight.
But that all that money goes to lobbyists and all that money goes is to politicians that ain't gonna help us.
That's their business. You told me you needed it for cancer research. That's
But
what I gave.
what I'm saying when it swings back to politics, them people not for us.
I mean, I donate to the Children's Hospital.
They wanna keep us working until we're 80, and then the tables turn, and we are now the poor. We can't even.
We can't retire happily.
We can't even. That's what I'm saying. We can't even retire happily. They use us up until they don't need us no more, and then the cycle comes. Our children become us.
That's
you know what I'm
what
saying?
America is built on. You don't know that?
That's why we're not the land of fucking opportunity or the pursuit of
Right.
life,
And
liberty,
that's why I
and
said
the
that.
pursuit of happiness.
And that's why I say other countries.
But the
are
thing,
probably
but
laughing
this,
at our ass.
but the thing is, the majority of my friends on my page on Facebook, I have like 900 friends. We are the fucking middle class. Some upper middle class, and I have a few poor people. But then I'm gonna call it out like it is.
Don't say
Motherfuckers
middle
be
class.
milking the goddamn. What you mean?
We don't call it middle class anymore. It stopped being middle class after the 90s. Once the 2000s hit, we are now considered the working class. So say that we're the working class.
So who's the middle class?
We're the middle class. It's not middle class anymore, though. It's working class.
For the sake of saying it, I'm gonna say middle.
Okay. Well, you can call it
because
whatever
there's poor, there's rich, and then there's us.
the working class.
And dumb people don't give a fuck about it because you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna keep going to work.
Wayne, why you keep calling yourself poor? Don't say that. Yeah, exactly, Julie. There is no more middle class. It stopped. We stopped calling it that long time ago.
I don't be on that like that.
But yeah, this country is some shit. And I mean, I can't really complain too much about it because I still live here. I still gotta make a living here. I still gotta, work here, eat here, but there's so much wrong to the fact that I don't think it could ever be fixed. Which brings me into another question that was asked online. They said, would you rather take $1 billion just to keep for yourself or give your life and change everything that's wrong with the entire world?
The correct answer is give your life and change everything in the world, but you're going to take the money.
I would give my life to change everything that's wrong with the world under one circumstance.
You can't move the goalposts.
Under one circumstance.
How can you add a stipulation in something that's either this or that?
For one, I don't want the money.
Because it ain't about the money.
Too much money brings too much problems. Now I'm a billionaire. Now everybody expected me to do this, and then people that I don't even know talking about, hey, you remember me? Nope, don't. It's just too much. Too much money brings too many problems. Just like Diddy say, more money, more problems.
No, but the thing about it is you get that money, you can disappear.
Don't matter. I still don't want it. You can try to disappear as much as you want, but unless you can find a secluded island, which I don't know who wants to stay on a secluded island, then that's the only way that people will leave you alone.
No, I'm serious. I'm telling you, you can disappear.
No matter where you go on this earth.
No, listen.
Unless you go to the moon.
You know the city of Wimberley, Texas?
Mm-hmm.
There are more millionaires in that little city.
That's the point.
Than not. But listen.
No,
listen. No, you know how I found out?
How?
When the flood for Memorial Day happened, and I was doing security at the FEMA DRC Center, and people were coming into town because Wimberley's like where their vacation homes or they have bed and breakfasts and things like that. And they came in and they go, I'm just going to take care of it myself. I don't need any FEMA money, which they are. No matter how much money you make during a disaster, there's money allocated to you no matter what your income is. And they would just be like,
I mean,
I got it. And then they go, but what I'm saying is you still get money. You can get it. But they were just like, and then the workers would just be like, there was this girl, this woman, you would have thought she was fucking homeless. She was riding in a van, one of the big ugly vans, full of bullshit, had a stuffed gorilla in the passenger seat, just a lot of shit just everywhere. She came in, she looked disheveled, had on overalls and all types of crazy ass bullshit. And she came in, she was like, they keep telling me to come down here, but I don't need anything. That woman was a multi-millionaire. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm judging people.
It wasn't. I wasn't judging anyone, but I'm saying outside look, I have no opinion of anyone. But if you would have saw her, you would have thought she was on 410 asking for change. If I'm dead serious.
I think
she might have had a smell, but like I said, if you got the money, you can disappear.
I don't want the money, Ken, and the fact is that people will find out. You can disappear, go to any city in the country that you want. You can go live in a hut in the middle of nowhere, and somebody gonna find out who you are eventually. I don't want that. And a lot of money makes you crazy, and I don't want that either.
That's the speculation.
Okay. Most people, look, I'm not even gonna say it, but look at most people with a lot of money, and ask me if they ain't never did some questionable shit. Too much money makes you lose your sanity because it gives you too much freedom, and a free mind wanders, and a wandering mind is the land of the devil, and I don't want that.
That's a speculation.
Okay. Name a celebrity who is multi-million billionaire who ain't did no questionable shit then. I'll wait.
There's plenty.
Name some.
But if I named them, you would you come with a rebuttal?
If you named one, I can tell you the questionable shit that they've probably done or that was reported that they've done. Not gonna make up anything.
Daymond John.
Who the hell is that?
First of all, he's black.
Let me Google him. Say his name is Daymond John.
Yeah.
John?
Yes.
Or Jon?
John.
Oh, first thing that pops up is a scandal. Next.
What was the scandal?
The scandal was he admitted to inflating prices of masks during the COVID.
It's not a scandal.
That is a scandal.
It is not.
It is. And then he lied about it.
Okay.
He says that he was trying to provide much needed masks to healthcare workers in the state and help identify potential fraud and death of PPE product.
How much is this mask? How much is this mask?
I don't know. It probably could be $1, maybe even 75 cents to me.
All right. So listen, you see this logo?
Okay.
Once I put this logo on this mask, I can now sell it for 10 to 15.
It didn't have a logo. He was trying to be a humanitarian and provide masks at a price that he inflated so he could make money off of it when he was supposed to be helping healthcare providers get masks to people. Now, I understand why he didn't do it for free, but if you get the mask at $1 or 75 cents and you're selling it for $7 a piece, that is a lot when you're supposed to be charitable. Don't disguise it as charity if you're gonna inflate the price. Just say y'all can buy these masks from me. And then he denied that he even inflated the price after he was asked about it.
First of all, nobody should have fucking cared.
First of all, if he wanted to be charitable and donate to help healthcare workers, then you shouldn't have been shady and inflated the prices. How about that?
Here's the thing: if the price is public, it's not shady.
No, it was not public. They found out about it and uncovered it, and then he denied that it happened.
So what you're telling me is people buying things without knowing how much they cost?
Shit, at the time they needed masks.
What? That sounds like good business to me.
No.
I'm gonna need something a little bit deeper than these damn masks. That's a real bullshit ass scandal. That's the real bullshit ass scandal.
Okay, let's see if something else pops up. I'm sure this is just the most recent one.
First of all, let's say who Daymond John is.
He was a winner of Shark Tank, right?
He is not a winner of Shark Tank.
He is the founder of FUBU.
Right. So all you got is mask?
No.
I bought a mask in GNC for $10. All they got is GNC on it.
Exactly, Julie. Price gouging during an emergency is illegal. He wanted.
That's not price gouging.
It is. He wanted to sell 1 million masks for $7 million. Yes, Julie, FUBU is a crime in itself.
FUBU is a crime. For us, by us? So he sold the masks for $7?
A piece.
Okay. So you're saying that he was selling PPE to first responders?
He was selling it to health care organizations.
Do you know how much an N95 mask costs each? Do you know how much they cost?
Tell me, Ken, since you know everything.
You get an N95 for about $15, damn near $18 in the store. And you getting on him because he sold masks for $7?
Yes, during a crisis.
All right, so
that's just like, I'm not going to say our company's name, but we could have definitely got sued. I know it was frowned upon because we were making ventilators and jacking the price up $40,000 for ventilators. And that is against the law. You cannot inflate your prices during a crisis because you know they're going to sell. That's against the law.
So how much they normally run?
Like 40, and they jacked it up 100% to sell it as 80.
No, Julie, I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I don't understand it. But the thing is, this is like chose Damon John because he was black. Secondly, if he was non-black, no one would say anything
No,
because we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Because here's the thing: in the army, a hammer is $100. That's how much they cost. That's just how commerce works. There's a supply and a demand. If the demand is high, you can make the price whatever you want it to be. Ethics.
yes.
So what we should have done was gave them away.
Not saying that he should have given them away, but at
So
least
how can we dictate what he sells them for?
you have to look at market price, Ken. During a crisis, why are you worrying about all of this stuff? If you're a millionaire, you're doing good, fine, whatever, you want to help out the world during a crisis, why do you have to be greedy? That's the problem. It costs money to manufacture them. I get that.
I don't understand the anger.
Because you can't inflate prices during a crisis on certain things. You get
So do
sued
we so
for
do we know
that.
how much the mask originally cost?
Look it up.
You want me to look up 1 million N95s?
Just look up the price for one N95 mask, market price or manufacturer's price.
I don't know what the manufacturing cost is, but on Amazon they $21.99.
Which is another company that inflates prices. Remember, they were
You got
selling
one
cleaning supplies on Amazon?
16.25. Here's one for 87, 39.
You're not Googling right.
Google for me then. $3M. They don't say.
So I have one 49.29 for a box of 20. So that is $2 and about 46 cents each. Ken.
Okay. All right.
That's all you had to do. So selling them for $7 a piece during a crisis to healthcare workers is not ethical. Doesn't make you look like you're genuine in your
Oh, so they should
donation.
have sold them for 2 million.
Not saying that. He did have to purchase them. Maybe he did want to make a little money off them, but selling 1 million masks for $7 million is ridiculous. When you just want to, if you really want to help people, you wouldn't care. And since he has so much money, he can qualify for these loopholes. All he had to do is put it on his taxes as a charitable donation.
Did they borrow?
Probably not. I wouldn't have. I would have said you can keep them masks.
All right, so we're gonna negate all of this philanthropy work, organizations, charities that he himself developed behind $7 million.
Okay, it's like this. If you had to have open heart surgery and they said, we can give you this open heart surgery, but it's going to cost you $500,000, right? And I said, you know what, Ken? I got it. I'll pay for it. Don't worry about it, right? And then you get well and you get better. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, what about that $100,000 you owe me? Or what about that $150,000 you owe me?
What? That's apples and oranges. Let's talk about you dying. You know how much it costs to put you in the ground?
Costs a lot.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
A mortician got on Facebook and said it costs about $1,200.
That's a lot.
But you do know that funerals are tens of thousands?
That's why I don't want one.
Cremation is still overpriced.
I don't want that either.
Well, we got to dispose of your body.
Just I'll pay for the burial plot and build a pine box and throw me in the hole. That's it.
Still going to cost because you got people to dig it. You got people to put you in the box. You got people to put you in the ground.
All the family members I got, y'all better go get a shovel.
That's illegal, I believe, depending on, unless you got some family land and a family grave. It's like you have to dispose of bodies properly. You can't just throw them in the ground.
Thank you.
Bruh, do y'all know how much we buy overpriced?
That doesn't matter. You're talking personally. You're talking yourself. We're talking during a crisis of a man who was supposedly trying to help. Anyway, continue. We'll X him off the list. Name the next celebrity.
I have no more because I don't give a fuck. Here's the thing at the end of the day.
And that's why
ain't none of us doing
ain't
ain't none of us doing enough. That's what it all boils down to. Ain't none of us doing enough.
But the question was, would you take the $1 billion or give your life to fix all of the problems in the world?
Man, fuck that equation.
$1 billion is not enough to fix all the problems in the world, even if you took the money and gave it all away. That's all I'm saying.
I'm off the subject.
What I'm saying, you can be off the subject. I'm still talking. What I'm saying, people of the podcast, is that I wouldn't take the money and I would give my life under one circumstance. And that's if I could be reborn to live on this earth again to see everything that I've changed. That's it. I want to start off fresh as a baby in the new world.
With all knowledge of you before you died?
No, I don't want any knowledge of me before I die. I'll start over. Because I gave that life away.
But what if you're born to be a trash individual? And you fuck the world up again. You come back as a villain.
I'm pretty sure somebody would kill me.
Would they?
Yeah, if everything in the world is fixed and that stuff isn't tolerated, then yes. I'd probably fuck up and end up in jail or some shit anyway.
If everything's fixed, there probably isn't any jails.
Okay, well then there would be a better justice system, and I'll actually be reformed and become a better human being. Jealous
Just
is
say you
about
trash. Just say you
just.
trash.
I mean, if the world changed for the better because I died,
And you come
then
back and
I
say,
should be
I did what
reformed.
I gave my life to fix the
I
world to come back to fuck it up.
No, I should be able to be rehabilitized, or
There you go. Another
there's
rehabilitate.
better
I think she meant
there's better
rehabilitate. Rehabilitized is not a word. Back to you.
rehabilitated. Shut up. You said
That motherfucker.
bipolarism. Shut up.
That's a word.
It's not a word. It was disputed by Webster's dictionary. But if I came back as a trash individual, then guess what? If all the problems are fixed, there would be better therapy. There would be Why would I have to even be a trash individual? Because there would be equality everywhere. I probably could get good schooling and get a good job. Like, who wouldn't be happy about that? Why would you still want to be trash? You know what I'm saying? There would be better therapy out there, available resources to make the trash individual into a better person, an upstanding citizen. That's all I'm saying.
Webster's.
What's the
Webster's.
definition? What's the definition of bipolarism?
A bipolar quality, state, or condition.
Does it say refer to bipolar disorder?
No, definition of bipolarism. One, a bipolar quality, state, or condition. Webster's, Merriam Webster. It's a noun. Kids
Shut up.
fending off depression or bipolarism may get Prozac or Zoloft. I used it in a sentence.
Do y'all believe him?
First known use of bipolarism is 1907.
Shut up. I didn't ask you all of that.
I'm just saying. Jesus Christ. Don't let the GED fool you now.
See, look.
What? I just pulled up Merriam Webster.
Okay, it's a word.
Duh! I said that.
Okay, whatever. You won one. Joya 100, Ken 1.
Say wash. Hey guys, that's been another episode of Maybe I'm Tripping with Big Ken.
And Joya.
I'm in this motherfucker my damn self.
And Joya the. No, you better not. If you end this, I swear, I'm not coming back. Joya the Queen. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Check out that Patreon link down below. It's flashing on the screen. Make sure you subscribe to that. Bang that bell so you know when we go live. Make sure you like this video on your way out of here. And thank you guys so much for joining us. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Anything else to add, Ken?
Friday. Oh, yeah. We're going to try to find a game and we're going to turn up.
Yes, and also get the merch. Get the merch. And also follow me on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/thelazykajun. Get that consistent key merch. Get that pandemic merch. Have a good night, guys.